I was the one that got the ball rolling, actually, John. Like, I'll told the story, but
Yeah.
I'll give you a Cliff Notes version. I was out here in LA. I was kind of recouping from injury. I was training with Frankie Pettit, with Francois.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, because Francois was a great martial artist, and so like I was training out here with him and doing some conditioning stuff and staying with Rich Menzer, and I
Sure. The Gold's Gym guy.
yeah, and so like Rich hooked me up with Barry Bloom to meet with Barry about doing some movies, but then when I got to Barry's office, he told me about WCW, and and we had a little. I'm like, none of us had ever thought about leaving, but man, when you start hearing about that kind of money, John, and like less days and all that, man, it's hard not to take that serious. So I called Scott right away. Like, man, it just seemed like the thing to do. Like, I hate to say it, but, and it was the right thing to do at the time for us.
Yeah, we weren't on guarantees.
No.
The downside guarantee that people talk about all the time, 10 matches a year at $150 a year, but
and business was way down, so nobody was making any money at that time either. So that's another thing you had to consider was actually what you were making, and we were in serious trouble at that point.
Yeah, it was hard, man. John, you probably remember, like, if we did certain parts of Canada or like Florida was tough at the time. Like when we do a Florida run, man, if you didn't get your draw right, like you might not get that in your check.
Yeah, and sometimes you get a $200 draw and you'd owe them $50.
$50. Wow. Yeah, literally, like you're not just making that up because you've gotten a check like that before, and I have
absolutely several times.
Yeah.
When you're running smaller markets or territories that weren't doing that well, you'd dread it because you take a $200 draw and you'd owe them $50. You'd owe them $50 back. Now, a lot of times you got paid for like 10 straight shows, so you never had to write them a check or anything.
Right.
It wouldn't be
Jake Roberts showed me a check one time, and I thought Jake was making big money. I wasn't really involved at that time, and Jake showed me a check where he actually owed the office like $750, and you got to be kidding me. That I couldn't believe how it worked, but that's how it was.